Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this AutoCAD 2016 training course. And the topic for today will be the user coordinate systems. So this is very similar to what we've seen already for the 2D side. And we have, as you remember from the 2D, we have a global coordinate system that is called WCS or World Coordinate System, which every time you start a new drawing comes with your drawing. Okay. Besides that, you have the possibility to create your own coordinate systems that we call user coordinate systems or UCS. You have a lot of options to create those user coordinate systems. We've seen them, I think, almost all when we talk about them in 2D. So this is almost a lesson to remember. And to remember that, I will create a rectangle in this area. I will create, after this I will create a solid, and we'll turn on the other shade mode, call it shades of gray, that we've been seeing. So now we have the world coordinate system on. So if I want to create my own UCS, so I have a lot of options. Okay, these are ways to create by a point, by 3 points on a surface, whatever, a lot of things. So what I will do now is to create a normal UCS by the origin. So here, and in here I can place my coordinate system wherever I want. For example, here. Then when created, what happens is that if I open this dialog box here where I manage my coordinate systems, I have a couple of functions regarding having the icon on or not, display it in the origin or not, whatever. Orthographic UCSs, okay, that you know already are done on the standard plans, and the ones we create. So we have always to start one world coordinate system. I've created a new one that is called unnamed, and if I don't change the name to this new UCS, this will be deleted, and the new one I create will be called also unnamed. So I need to give it a name, and I will give it 1, for example. Okay, if I create a new one now, for example in here, I will go there again, and okay, the 1 is below, and I have a new one that I will call also 2. So what happens is that when I have several UCSs, I can change from one to another only choosing on this list. Okay, it is very easy, very convenient, and this is the proper way to define different UCSs. There are other ways, for example, you can define by a face, you can define by rotation of one axis, whatever, a lot of things. Okay, so we've defined new CSs, we've saved these new CSs, and to understand how to work and what they do is like this. For example, I have this UCS defined. You see the plan XY. If I try to draw something, by default it will be drawn on the XY plane, okay, which is where the grid is shown also. But I have one nice feature that is called the dynamic UCS, which is this icon here, and if it is blue it is on. And for example, if I have this on and try to draw something on the faces of this solid, you see the blue line will point the Z axis, and this is to inform that automatically if I click on in here, you see it will recognize the plan and will draw directly on the face. I would not say passing over this definition of the UCS, but at least allow us to draw directly on one plan that the system recognizes. So this is also one advantage to have these UCSs. If I turn this off, now if I go on top of the solid, you see in here it is okay, but if I come here, it does not recognize this face. The idea of these UCSs and why I turn them for any orientation I want is to allow me to draw on the plan I define. If I have a solid, okay, with this on, but if I don't have a solid and I need to put my UCS in particular positions or orientations, then I need to work with these UCSs. This is not very complex to understand and not very complex to deal with, but I think the best way to learn all the tricks and all the necessary steps to work properly with this is to make a couple of exercises. You can watch also a couple of exercises and movies we have in our YouTube channel, and I think it's quite easy to understand how to deal with this after this time spent learning and practicing in AutoCAD.